This video will walk you through a 4th grade module. Students will work through this module during our small group instruction block during their digital content station rotation. This module will take about a week. ILET is our integrated curriculum that encompasses reading, writing, foundational skills, speaking and listening, science, and social studies. I've set up my home page to have my students click the ILET button to take them directly to the first page in the module. Because this is a week-long module, my students may not want to click through the pages of the modules each day to get to where they left off the previous day. Therefore, I have modules accessible in the course navigation on the left. This allows students to select where they left off. Our units are typically 3 weeks long, and although there are a lot of standards to introduce and assess in each unit, this module focuses on a few standards that I want my students to practice. The standards have all been introduced to the students. From this module overview, you can see I've started out with a page. There is a discussion, a few more pages, and an exit ticket near the end. I'm going to click back home. Students will click ILET and it will take them directly to the first page in the module. I always like to include the learning targets to begin with so students know what learning will take place throughout the module. After they read through the learning targets, they click Next to move on. Here is a discussion where they will share their learning with their classmates. I've set it up so they are not able to view their classmates' responses until they've posted. I think it's important to include visuals to help students know what to do. To access your emoji keyboard, click Control, Command, and your spacebar on your keyboard. When they click Reply, students have access to the rich content editor to allow them to share their learning in multiple ways. Next, they will read an article on electricity. I've given them a purpose for their reading and included the thought bubble emoji to help clue them in on what to think about as they read. The next page in the module has a simulation embedded on the page. Prior to using Canvas, I would have created a QR code and a tiny URL to this website for students to be able to access the game. Now I can simply embed the simulation on the page and students remain in Canvas. That is what I call life-changing. This page includes 2 tasks, so I've numbered them and used emojis to help students navigate this page. I easily could have put the second task on another page, but I felt like this kept the students focused on the 2 related tasks. The first task asked them to watch a YouTube video that I put into Studio and embedded on this page. Task 2 is asking them to read a poem, but I've included the thought bubbles again because I want them to think about some of the things the video mentioned above. On the next page, I've embedded the same poem, but this view has audio files attached to it. I previously did this in Google Slides. Because this is a more challenging poem, I wanted to provide them with some of my think-alouds and questions. Again, I'm giving them clear directions and visuals to help them. Next in this module is an assignment. I've selected the external tool as the submission type, and I'm using the Google Doc Cloud Assignment option. That name is very deceptive because you don't have to use just Google Docs. For this assignment, I'm using a Google Slide. You can see the assignment loads on this page, but it's rather small, so students can click this blue link to have it open in another tab. Next, students will click to the Exit Ticket quiz. You can see the different question types and the various things I've included in the rich content editor throughout the quiz questions. I always like to have the students assess themselves on the standards we're focusing on. Lastly, the module includes a stop page at the end to direct students back home. That is a quick overview of a 4th grade module that includes pages, assignments, discussions, and a quiz.